Hey, Curious Dude here with Van Gogh. Quick update about the transmission and engine install. And this is a real life lesson for any do-it-yourself mechanic. And that is double check, triple check your work, and always refer to the Bentley. Let's see why. Okay, so transmission, I got it installed. I got the axles hooked up. I even got the clutch cable adjusted, the ground straps on, really ready to go. Got the new throwout bearing. And then I was looking at, okay, I've done a good job here. And then I started looking at the cross member, the way it bolts in, and I thought, that doesn't seem right. Something's a little bit off in there. So, over to the Bentley, and quickly realized that removing and installing the transmission carrier. I have this out because I installed new rubber bushings. But look at the diagram. Clearly, the capture nut is on the rear of the engine. If we read further, it even tells us when you install it, make sure that the capture nuts for the transmission, the carrier are toward the rear of the vehicle. Mine are not towards the rear of the vehicle. Let's just look again. No, mine are on backwards. Well, I thought, well, maybe it doesn't really matter. But if you measure the gap between the nut and that side, it's about 4 inches. On the other side, the gap is closer to 6. So yes, the cross member is offset slightly. And so better to deal with it right now than when this is all done and the engine doesn't want to fit in there correctly. So yeah, double check, triple check your work. All right, well, it's been a couple of hours and I pulled out the cross member and put it in correctly so that the capture nuts are facing the rear of the vehicle. Can't believe I missed that, but happens. Another factor is that because of the way this is designed, if the nut was on this side, there's no way that you could ever take the transmission out of the vehicle without having to remove the engine. So that's not going to work. Plus, if you looked at my measurements, there's no way everything was going to line up correctly. So is what it is. We're making it right now. Transmission bolted up now completely. The clutch is in. Everything's torqued to spec the way it should be. I've removed the carbs and the air breather assembly just so we can keep it lower. The bus is up on a couple of jack stands, which is held on the torsion tube. And, we're using a transmission jack. That's a scissor type jack. You get that at Harbor Freight, Princess Auto, $50. Great tool. Makes this very easy. I used it to install and remove the transmission. Super handy tool. Can handle 450 pounds. I think a Type 4 engine's about 300-ish, and this transmission's maybe around 100. So we've got room to grow. And so thanks for following along. Let's see how it goes in. All right. As you can see, that works pretty easy for getting it underneath there. What does need to happen though is the nose cone of the shifter has to go up above the torsion tube. You can see the shiny new shift coupler. So that end has to go up first. And so what I'll do is, so I've got this pulled back a little bit. I think I can get a little bit of room, bring it up a little bit, then use a spare jack there to bring the nose cone up. And the balance point on this is such that, it's a good balance point. So it should be smooth from here, or hopefully smooth from here. Yeah, there you get a better look at that nose cone. And you can see that it pretty much just go directly straight up and then over right from where it is. So we'll want to jack it up a little bit and make sure we get that placed in there smoothly. All right, so we're back a little bit because I forgot to put on these heat exchanger adapter pipes and it was pretty tricky to do underneath there. So we're back out and we're about to do install version 2. Okay, so we've changed our approach here. Transmission jack was completely overloaded. So I'm back to using a floor jack with a piece of wood underneath. I've got the nose up right now. So although light's pretty low down there. We're close. The shifter or the nose of the transmission is over top of the torsion tube right now where I need it to be. So I'm just going to check underneath make sure. I'll go up another couple inches and it'll probably be able to ease this forward a little bit and look at getting the assembly at the front of the transmission bolted up. Okay, well, engine is in. Hooray. All the fasteners are in place. All bolted up. All as it should. Looking good. Little challenging. Found that the jack was kind of keeping the engine tilted back, so I was having trouble with alignment with the nose of the transmission, but it's all in there. Done. Fantastic. So that's an update on Van Gogh for tonight. Tomorrow, I would hope tomorrow night I'll be thrashing. Really like to be able to get Van Gogh on the road here for the first time since 1991. So thanks a lot for watching.